The city of North Platte is located in south-central Nebraska with a population of approximately 27,000 people. North Platte is home to one high school, 2 middle schools, and 10 1- and 2-track elementary schools. In the last 5 to 6 years, our elementary school libraries have undergone a transformation. Our administration felt it was important to create a positive, busy atmosphere, placing our libraries at the center of classroom activities. The library should be viewed and utilized as the hub of the school and serve as a media center with a variety of materials and resources available for students. Hall Elementary is no different. Our media department has worked closely with the administration to create multifunctional media centers. The 110 students enrolled at Hall Elementary and their teachers have access to a media center featuring a research station with 4 desktop computers reserved for online research as well as searching our online catalog. Teachers may bring their class to the media center to utilize 30 netbooks to access limitless resources online, utilize the word processing and presentation software, or both. Our library also provides our students and staff with a variety of print resources featuring numerous genres, as well as up-to-date reference materials. Currently, each class, kindergarten through the 5th grade, have a scheduled 25-minute time frame to come to the Media Center each week for library skills and technology instruction and library checkout. Additional time is available throughout the week to allow for further checkout opportunities for whole classes or individual students as needed. Schedules can be altered and adjusted to allow for collaborative projects between the media specialist and the classroom teacher as well. When our media center isn't busy with skills and checkout classes, the library is used for student testing and interventions, classroom research projects, technology trainings, and staff meetings. My name is Nicki Coviello, and I enjoy coordinating and collaborating to promote the use of our resources and the utilization of our facility as the media specialist here at Hall Elementary. For this project, I collaborated with Ms. Mindy Rares. Ms. Rares is the 5th grade teacher at Hall Elementary with a class of 17 students. Ms. Rares had introduced the regions of the United States to her students and wanted to expand their knowledge of the topic. Ms. Rares and I discussed a project-based approach to make the students' learning meaningful and engage students with new technology while deepening students' understanding of the regions. We decided to place the students in groups of 3 or 4 to complete this project. Students will research and learn about the regions of the United States utilizing both print and digital resources, then take the role of travel agent and try to sell their region to their fellow classmates by creating a promotional presentation via Prezi. The objectives for this unit of study would be for students to research a region of the United States, determine the importance of information gathered to highlight specific places and events within their region, complete a presentation of their region using Prezi as their format, work together as a group with each member being responsible for a portion of the research, a section of the Prezi, and a segment of the final presentation. We designed learning objectives to meet standards and achieve our goals for the lesson. One goal involves students learning more about their regions by learning how to use print and online resources to gather information. A secondary goal was to expand the lesson by teaching students how to synthesize information gathered and put it together into a meaningful, informational presentation. Targeting standards for the 21st century learner focused our instruction and directed our management of class activities. A project-based approach can incorporate several standards. To begin the project, we directed the students in developing a focus for their research by helping them narrow down topics to include in their project. The students developed a list of important topics to feature, including main attractions and major cities of the region, the climate in the area, and any valuable restaurant and hotel information. Once a direction and focus was determined, I displayed what resources would be available for students to access during the research portion of our project. I reviewed the use of already familiar online tools for gathering information, such as World Book Online, Information Please, EBSCO, and AskForKids.com with the students. I then introduced new websites I had discovered online for accessing additional region information. I modeled how to access all of the links from our Destiny homepage. At this time, I directed students to view all the amazing print resources available around them in our very own library. I discussed the possibilities available in our extensive reference collection. Also, I had pulled several print resources from our shelves and transported some materials from other elementary libraries in our district. I had these on display on top of a bookcase and the circulation desk for easy access. Ms. Rares and I emphasized the need to determine the importance of each item gathered and verify information accuracy. We encouraged students to check more than one resource in addition to rereading information gathered and having group members proof items as well to ensure that the facts gathered were accurate and made sense. Determining which cities, events, and facts to include was of special note as students would not have room or time to include each gathered fact. Ms. Rares provided students with note cards, lined paper, and pencils to organize their notes and information gathered. Students were asked to transform their notes into a unique Prezi to organize and display their knowledge for their classmates, keeping in mind their role of travel agent and the goal of creating a promotional video for their region. Prezi was the perfect choice to publish the students' group work in an artistic and creative yet organizational and informative format. I demonstrated the use of Prezi and some potential design options by showing the available templates from Prezi and actual samples of Prezis that had been created by myself and other students. As stated earlier, we wanted the students to work in groups to create their presentation. Again, Prezi was the perfect tool because of the group edit option. The instructional coach attended one session to help model inviting a group member to participate in creating a Prezi so that one select group member would be in charge of completing the task of inviting the rest of the group members to create the project. After showing the invitation process, we modeled what it would look like to edit a Prezi with other members editing simultaneously. I discussed with the students what it would look like and feel like to collaborate responsibly and respectfully with their group members. We discussed as a group and developed some guidelines to follow while collaborating with their classmates, including talking before editing or deleting others' work, and providing constructive criticism without being critical. High-ability students were allowed to add additional features to their project as long as the minimum requirements had been completed with time remaining, like video and music. Struggling students were paired with higher ability students and supported with additional one-on-one individualized assistance. As each group transitioned from research to the creation of their Prezi, Ms. Rares and I took time to question groups about their research, group collaboration, and view their research notes as an informal assessment. We evaluated student participation, organization, and effort. Each student and group was formally evaluated by Mrs. Rares and I, utilizing a rubric that was reviewed at the beginning of the project so that all students would be aware of expectations and minimum requirements for the project. Each group member was then asked to comment on how they felt the group work went and if all members, including themselves, participated and did their part. Collaboration between classroom teacher and media specialists was beneficial for both the students and teachers involved. As a teacher, each experience I have in teaching a lesson helps me learn more about our world right along with the students, as well as learn more about teaching methodology and technology. The lesson went well because students helped each other create a meaningful product. Each group took pride in their creation because they knew there would be an audience viewing their creation. Prezi, a new technology for these 5th graders, kept students engaged and on task. There were, however, hiccups in the process because of the technology as well. We later learned that the district was having server issues that day, causing delays and internet access issues across the school system. Time is always an issue. Simply carving out time to conduct lessons when Mrs. Rares, myself, and the students were all available to carry out the lessons was a challenge. It was also difficult for Mrs. Rares and myself to find time to collaborate and prepare our lessons outside of all of our other responsibilities. Google Docs was our techie solution to our collaboration time problem. It was the perfect solution to save time and make planning decisions around our project. A project-based approach to learning engages students and makes learning more meaningful for students, resulting in deeper retention of material. The process strengthens students' connections to real-world knowledge and gives them experiences with organizing information and creating projects and presentations that will be asked of them in middle school and beyond to college and eventually within the workforce. Addressing 21st century skills and standards with students will help us create lifelong learners and ethical, productive members of our society.